main headlines and the emerging stories north, south of the border, and of course across European football as well. Barry Ferguson is here with us, and Alan Ruff. Thanks to everyone who's been contributing over the last couple of weeks on this regular slot. Some of you have been making very positive football comments about your team, and some have just been leathering Barry on a regular basis, Ruffy. It's been incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But obviously, Barry's hard-skinned. He can take it.
Yeah.
So fire anything you want.
No, we always like positive points on football, which is what we're here for. It's a positive soccer show dealing with the football, and we want to talk about it. Your team as well. If there's any points you'd like to raise, by all means do so. If you download the PLZ Soccer app, you can hit Video Reporter and record something, and if you feature on the programme, we'll be sending out a prize to you. We'll inform you first, get your address, and pop something in the post to you. So let's deal with the here and now. The nominees for the Player of the Year have been revealed, and we have John McGinn, Chris Boyd, James Forrest, and Scott Brown. What do you make of them?
The only one I'm surprised it's not got mentioned is Dylan McGregor. I think he's had a fantastic season for Hibs, but I think the four nominees are decent standard. They've all had good seasons. There's no. I don't think there's been one player that's had an outstanding season. It's been one of the.
But Boyd, 21 goals at his age.
Yeah, he's. Listen, my old teammates done great. Don't get us wrong. 21 goals in a struggling Kilmarnock side at the start of the season.
Yeah.
And it looked to Boyd, he was thinking about retiring as well. But he scored, as you said, 21 goals. He signed up for another season. And he's done really well this year. But for me, the man that will get it is Scott Brown. He's been the most consistent in Scottish football. For me, he's been a real leader at Celtic. And when he's actually been out the team, they've struggled. So for me, it'll be a close one between Boyd and Scott Brown. But I'm thinking that Scott Brown will win it. Yeah,
I know Scott Brown's been very complimentary about James Forrest and his contribution. From a Hibs perspective, I've been well impressed with John McGinn as well. Is it those two players that you think will be in the running?
I think it will be between Scott Brown and Chris Boyd. I think two of them had a wonderful season. I'm going to go for Chris Boyd because basically if you can score 21 goals in a season, more than the strikers at Celtic, more than the strikers at Rangers, then you've had a right good season. And I think he justifies, for me, to get the Player of the Year. I think unfortunately for John McGinn, he's not the main man now at Hibs. Other players have come in, Scott Allen, and Dylan McGregor, so they've taken the sort of limelight away from him a wee bit. I still think he's had a wonderful season, but for me, Scott Brown and Chris Boyd.
Okay, you can give us your view at PLZ Soccer on Twitter, facebook.com/PLZ Soccer, and on YouTube as well. Give us your thoughts on that. So that's the Player of the Year nominees. What about the young player? Well, we've got one from the Championship in Lewis Morgan, which I think quite a few St Mirren fans will be well happy that the youngster has got the nod there. Scott McKenna, Alfredo Morelos, and of course Kieran Tierney, Barry.
Yeah, again, I think it will come down to, listen, the four players there have done well this season, but I think it will come down to two players. I think it will be between Kieran Tierney and McKenna. Yeah, I've been really impressed with McKenna up at Aberdeen. I think he's became an important player for Derek McInnes up there. Kieran Tierney's not had a great season, but again, he's similar to Scott Brown. He's been really consistent for Celtic. Again, a real leader when Scott Brown's been missing out of the team. He's captained the side, and that tells you what he's all about at that kind of age he's at. So, for me, I think it will go to Kieran Tierney.
Ruffy?
No, I'm going to go for Lewis Morgan.
Do you like Barry at all? You never agreed with him on this programme.
And the reason I'm going for Lewis Morgan is because of Barry, and obviously Des McEwen and the guys who are out there and saw St Mirren quite a lot this year, and absolutely raving about him, and so I'm taking their word that he has had an exceptional season. I tend to think he's been nominated because the players in the lower division have nominated him, because of that is the division that he's in, and also the players in the lower division. So I'm just thinking, if the way the voting goes, I think he must have amassed a lot of votes to be actually nominated, but whether he's got enough to win it, we'll have to wait and see. But I personally would buck the trend and go for somebody like him.
Yeah. Okay. Remember, you can actually vote for someone that you haven't seen, but if your mates tell you he's a good player, then you can vote for him. You don't have to have seen him. This is obviously the criteria Ruffy's operating off. You know, one mate who's married to Darth Vader's brother's sister, who's Luke Skywalker, has told him that Lewis Morgan deserves the vote. That's the way he's operating.
Yeah, well, I've seen
I
him.
didn't know he was related to Darth Vader.
To be honest, I've seen him a number of times this season, and
Yeah.
I have been impressed with him. But next season, is going to be a big one for him. You've seen certain players go for smaller clubs to Celtic and struggled. Christie, Scott Allen, guys like that. So I'm sure next year will be a big one for him. But certainly he's got the ability to go and do well at Celtic, that's for sure.
Yeah. Don't forget, you can post your message on Facebook, Twitter, and of course on YouTube as well. Try and keep it positive about football, because we try and welcome the football family, people who love the game. If you want to be abusive, maybe this is not the show for you. So goodbye to John Burns. All the best to you, John. Let's hope you find the type of programme that you're looking for. Jimmy says, I vote for Mark Haitley. Jimmy, clearly a Rangers fan. He said, Alan McGregor, what do you think? Chance of him going back to Ibrox? There's been stories, 2-year deal possibly on the cards.
I think it would be a very good signing. Top class goalkeeper. For me, he was the best goalkeeper that I've played with, and I've played with a lot of very good goalkeepers. But the biggest thing for me is he's the type of character that Rangers need. Strong character, doesn't take anything lightly. He's a born winner. I've watched him a number of times for Hull City this season and the Scotland game over in Hungary, where I thought he was exceptional. So for me, he'd be a top class signing. He's still got it. Listen, Ruff will tell you, goalkeepers tend to play a bit longer than outfield players. He still keeps himself in good condition. He had a bit of a problem with his back a while back there, so he's got that sorted, and he's had a great season for Hull. So I think Rangers would be making a top signing in Alan. Yeah, do you think Hearts should have maybe just tried to keep it on the QT to try and sneak him into Tynecastle, because clearly it's alerted everyone else? Yeah,
it certainly has, and it looks that way, and I'm sure if Alan had the decision to go to either of the two, it'd probably be Rangers. He's been there before, he knows what it's all about, and I agree with Barry. I think he has matured. Obviously him and David Marshall were sort of trying to get the first team place down in England, but in the evidence of what I saw of him in the 2 Scotland games, I think he deserves a chance.
Yeah, okay. The reason why we are laughing, the reason why we are laughing, Ruffy, we're not laughing at you, because this is the great thing about Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. People interact with you, and Andy Penman says, "Hi lads, glad you ditched the dodgy trackie from earlier, Peter." Sometimes if you're rushing about, you know, and you've obviously got to sneak in a wee game of tennis. I looked slightly the worse for wear. I looked as if I was ready to actually break into shops, to be honest with you, and I do the in the papers at 12:30. I've got to be honest, I would rather have your tracky top on than that shirt, if I'm being honest. Absolutely.
It's all about fashion. You know, there's an older fashion and a younger fashion.
Absolutely.
And that's just the way it is.
That's exactly it. And don't forget, you can get a double CD of Glenn Campbell's greatest hits if you want, now that you've seen Ruffy's shirt there, which is an absolute classic from 1978. Okay, and here's Alan says, would Barry be interested in a coaching role in any new managerial setup at Ibrox? You'd be a great fit.
Yeah, of course, it's my club.
Yeah.
I supported as a boy. I had a lot of good memories there. But you just need to wait and see. It depends on who gets it. He might want to bring in his own setup. I mean, I had a chance to go back the last time when I spoke to the previous manager, and it never worked out for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
But you never say never. Just out of curiosity, I mean, obviously from our point of view, it's a 3-year deal. It's Peter, Ruffy and Barry. It's got a great feel about it. It's like Peter, Paul and Mary. You know, the 60s band. You just don't disband the band. I mean, would you do Rangers and then still come over and work for us? No, a contract's a contract.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you went to Rangers for the interview, did you know you weren't going to get it when he was speaking to you in Mexican?
I knew I didn't want it after 10 minutes.
Yeah, can I just say something to you? And it's just something that Ruffy won't have grasped. Pedro Caixinha is Portuguese. Okay, let's move on. And yes. You've got no grasp of anything. Let's move on to the Champions.
That's what I say, can't be Mexican.
Yeah,
Honestly,
absolutely.
you can't beat it.
Listen, there's more to come from him. There's no end to his lack of knowledge. Let's crack on with the Champions League semi-final. I've got to just basically talk quickly about Mo Salah. Genius. What a game. 2 goals, 2 assists. Liverpool 5, Roma 2. It could have been 5-0.
Yeah, honestly, it was an amazing game. For 75 minutes, I was blown away how Liverpool played. The 3 up top are unbelievable to watch, but your man Salah, I mean, what a season he's having. And I think he's up with the best in the world. Yeah. He's been so consistent, it's unreal.
Top 3, is it Ronaldo, Messi and then Salah?
You've got to put him in there for the amount of goals he scored, and do you know what? He does it in the big stage. And that's obviously, he's playing in the best league in the world, and he's playing in the Champions League, which is the best club competition, and he does it week in, week out. So what a signing he's been for Liverpool.
Yeah, perfect. Unbelievable night, great atmosphere, great goals, Ruffy. I hope Liverpool get through, but isn't it amazing we're still thinking Roma can take them in the second leg?
Yeah, but I think we're just being a wee bit confused because they did it against Barcelona. It doesn't mean they're going to do it again. I would think if you're 5 goals, you know, you're going to say, like, we've got a goal in us. And that's what they'll be hoping, because they 2 goals that they lost at the end is just, even if they just lost 1 goal.
Yeah.
You know, but it just shows. I said to you yesterday, the defence, not last night obviously, but they 2 goals could come back and bite them.
Yeah.
Hope it doesn't.
Yeah, absolutely. The great thing about the 21st century and the interaction in social media, obviously Barry doesn't have a Twitter account for obvious reasons because you get leathered on it. He doesn't have a Facebook because you need to have friends to have a Facebook account. And over and above that, on YouTube, he just goes on and watches music videos for nothing. But Jimmy said Ruffy's shirt is 19 canteen. So he's enjoying all the noise ups on the social media. Thanks for all your messages, some humorous and some just downright out of order, but that's the joy of it all. Bayern Munich against Real Madrid. Give us your prediction, Ruffy.
Bayern 2-0.
I think Real, it'll be a close one, a tight one. I think Bayern will just edge it 2-1.
Okay, last point. Niall says, what do you think of the allocation of Motherwell? 15,000 tickets. I think Alan Burrows is an exceptional chief executive, sensible, and he's basically said, listen, we know our limits. If we get 12,700 and there's a demand for more, we'll get to 15,000. Celtic can have the rest of them, and I think that's a sensible decision. 15,000 Motherwell fans at Hampden for the Scottish Cup final. Good going. Join us tomorrow on the programme. Alec Ray will be with us on the Facebook Live as well. I'll be doing the papers and reviewing all the headlines 12:30. Hopefully you can join us then. From Barry Ferguson, who's getting ready to play against Ruffy at tennis tomorrow. News of that coming up. And from Ruffy and myself, Peter Marston. Thanks for watching. Good night.